Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our first guest with us today is a repeat. This is Jafar. The reason I wanted to show Jafar again on today's show was to talk about how animal shelters don't just have dogs and cats for adoption. We oftentimes have these exotic animals. Rabbits are considered one of those exotic pets that need a lot of love and attention. And Jafar has been here since early April. So I wanted to talk about and kind of put a plea out there if anyone's looking to have one of these beautiful pets, these beautiful bunnies. Jafar is looking for a home. He has been with us again since early April. He is a neutered male. We believe he's a pretty young rabbit, probably somewhere in the range of a year or so. Appears to be very gentle. He's easy when you pick him up. And he loves his green leafy vegetables. That's an extremely important part of their diet, along with hay. We feed all of our bunnies here. They get a mix of green leafy vegetables every day, along with pellets and basically unlimited hay, all they want. And they really thrive on that. They're just really amazing little creatures and deserve to be in a home where they're going to give them proper care. What's most important with these bunnies is that they're not put out in a rabbit hutch. A rabbit hutch out in a backyard is not an appropriate environment for these bunnies. They really need to be indoors. They need to be with the family. And we have a setup here at the animal shelter that we love to show people and kind of talk about the appropriate environment for them. We also want to talk a lot about the food that they eat and the appropriate diet, how to handle them properly, how to make sure that they receive appropriate vet care, and how they can thrive in your family. So if you're interested in meeting Jafar, we have lots of information about rabbits. We also try to get all of our viewers to look at rabbit.org. It's a very simple website to remember that gives you all kinds of information about having a pet rabbit and adding one to your family. And again, keeping it indoor, keeping it in the house with the rest of the family. So again, if you're interested in meeting Jafar, come on down to the Ames Animal Shelter. We'd love to introduce you to him and show you what fun pets these can really be. He's a little camera shy with the camera and kind of calm right now, but they have a lot of energy and they're a lot of fun to have and to add part to your family. So come on down and meet Jafar. And our next guest today is Bobe. I found his name in our special pet names book, and I understand that it means heirloom in Korean. So he is quite an heirloom here. He is a beautiful tabby and white cat. You can see how just loving this cat is. He came into us as a stray. He did not have any identification. Nor did he have a microchip. He is just loving this petting. No way for us to return him back to his people. So we held him here our mandatory hold time, which is 7 days, to give time for his owners to come forward. And he just loves this. He is such a great cat. So they didn't come forward for him. So now he is up for adoption. We got him neutered. And let's show them that side. Let's go there. He's now been neutered and is ready for adoption. You'll notice that he was neutered later in life, and this is very common with these male cats. If I can get him to show you his head there. He's got these large jowls here, and that's from not being neutered when he was young. So he is what you'd call a big tomboy, but just the sweetest cat in the world. We do think he would actually get along with other cats, and not a lot of tomcats will get along with other cats. But I think this might be the exception here, this big guy. You can see he is just loving this. I bet you he would just stay here all day. Just loves this petting and being here on the camera. Again, a very sweet cat. We have seen no bad behaviors from him whatsoever. But just a really nice cat, and would be a great mix to the family. We would say that he'd probably be good with small kids, adults, other animals. We don't know how he is with other dogs, or with dogs. But I bet you, based on his personality, he might actually be a good one. Again, he is just such a big love. If you can hear him in the microphone there, he's just purring and just cannot get enough petting and loving here. So, a great example of just a great cat here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So if you're interested in meeting Bobé, come on down to the shelter. We would love to introduce you to him and see if he might be a pet that would fit into your family. And our final guest for the day today is Pee-wee. Pee-wee was surrendered to us by a family member to someone that is in hospice care and could no longer provide care for Pee-wee. He's about 4 years old. He has been neutered now and is available for adoption. And just as I was talking about with Bobé, Pee-wee also has those large jowls here. So he's also a really big tom kitty. He's actually bigger than Bobé. Pretty solid kitty here. So he's this beautiful gray Russian blue color here. They often call this blue. But just a beautiful cat, very friendly, in a very unfortunate situation for his people. But Pee-wee is available for adoption. He's been with us a little bit. He seems to be very well-mannered. He hasn't acted out inappropriately in any way. He's not too sure about this camera and everything in the room, but here he seems to be a very gentle cat, even given his big size here and stature. He's what we call a gentle giant. So Pee-wee is available for adoption. Again, he's about 4 years old. He is a neutered male. He is a domestic short hair that wants to go play. But a lot of fun, a lot of energy here in this cat. 4 years old is a very young cat. And Pee-wee is a great example of just what a great cat can be, along with Bobé. We got some great cats here at the Ames Animal Shelter. So come on down if you'd like to meet Pee-wee or Bobé or so many others that we have available for adoption. Before we end the show today, I want to send out another reminder of the tragic situation with pets and also children being left in cars. Many of you may have seen the recent news about a 6-month-old child that was left in a car and passed away. That is such a tragedy. It doesn't need to happen. There's been so much information and education out there about pets being left in cars and children. It's really hard for us to understand why that's still happening today in 2016. Every day we get more and more calls. Now that the weather is warm, we're getting more and more calls for pets being left in cars, for dogs being left in cars mostly. We're already over 45 calls and the weather's just started to get warm. So please, please tell your friends, your neighbors, your family, everybody, leave your pets at home. It's not safe, it's too warm. You never know what could happen. Accidents can happen. You may get stuck in a grocery store or something longer, and the time that you expect it to be in there is much longer than expected. Animals can die in a very short time or suffer brain damage, liver damage. So many different things can happen to them. It's just not safe. Please leave them at home. I can't say this enough. Please share this on Facebook, on Twitter, every means you have to share this information. Please share it. It's dangerous for them. We've already lost too many pets and too many small children. It doesn't make sense. Please, please leave your pets at home. And in closing, I just want to say a special special memory for the people that lost their lives in Orlando. It's very sad, the tragedy. We need to love more than we do. Love your family, your friends, your neighbors. Love your pets, but just love. Thank you for watching.